Hi, Rach.
What's going on? Hello, Krystyn.
Summer's whizzing by.
It sure is. Like we knew it would. I don't think I've seen you since at least 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it feels at least like 10 light years. What has happened since we saw you?
A lot of things. Evie went to the West Virginia Long Course State Championships this past weekend.
And killed it.
She made finals in 2 events, her 200 free and her 50 back. And she was 1 seed place out of finals for her 100 breast. So she had a really great
close.
meet.
Yeah.
She dropped time. She had 3 personal records and moved up a spot in states finals. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, she was super stoked. What else happened? Huge news. My pumpkin arch. It's growing. It's growing, Rachael.
Yes. No, I haven't seen your garden in 2 weeks, but a lot can change in a garden in 2 weeks at this point in the summer.
Our cucumbers are taking over the yard.
Did you plant pickling cucumbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I like small cucumbers, at least in the garden.
Yes. Yes. Small prickly cucumbers. We planted.
Prickly? I don't know about prickly.
If they're pickling cucumbers, they'll be prickly. They have spikes all over them like barbs. You go to pick them up and it's your hand.
Can you imagine if penises had spikes all over them?
I'm pretty sure dogs' dicks do.
What?
Yeah.
Fucking shut up.
That's why when dogs start mating.
God, how do we get here so quickly?
I'm going to blame you, but dogs' penises, you have to let them finish before you take them apart.
Oh, that's right. They have like a barb.
They have barbs.
That like
can
hooks.
Physically,
I don't need to be doing this much.
Physically hurt the female bitch.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Oh, well, you know what? It's
happy to Virgo. Happy to Virgo.
Happy to Virgo, everyone. It sounds like
cucumbers and dogs mating. Is that the vibe we're going for?
Yeah, yep. It's Virgo season, guys. How have your past 2 weeks been?
Let me recount. Busy. They've been super busy. We try to have a calm summer, and I feel like we're doing that while also executing just a lot of busyness. So we had Isla's 5th birthday. We had Peters Township Wrestling Camp, which all of the children participated in, and Jeff was coaching. So that was a super busy week. After we recorded here, we had the 4th of July. So it's been good, but a lot has taken place. A lot of being present and not getting too caught up in all of the chaos. Even like this morning, I had to drop Isla and Graham off at our friend's house. I had to go to the library because there was a book that Emmeline had requested. Isla also left her change purse there. So I was also driving Jeff's car because he had to take a different car. I mean, it's just been like you have like 19 things going on before. And then prepping for the episodes and everything. But life has been good. We had a full moon. I mean, the buck moon.
Full moon.
Yeah. I love that it was the buck moon, which rhymes with fuck. So,
we had a full fuck moon, you guys.
Yeah. It was intense. Great energy, though.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we can just get into Virgo season and what this looks like. But from June onward, I just have been in the energy of what has been taking place. There's been a lot of wild things out there. I can't remember the exact term for it, but over the Himalayas and elsewhere around the world, I didn't even know this could happen. Lightning, technically, most of the time, shoots down towards the earth. But on occasion, it will shoot up towards the atmosphere, towards the outside of the earth. And it's called something.
Oh, and yes. It starts with an S, doesn't it?
It doesn't happen often. And the pictures are fucking wild.
Did you see the one from somebody in the space station? They took it.
It's is it red? Is it like,
but it's shooting up from the earth.
Yes.
But it's taken from the International
Space Station. So that's been happening. Then last week, the one day was like shorter than any other day. We've rotated faster. The earth is rotating quicker. So there's been some very, very interesting scientific energy related things taking place in the
I feel like the process of transformation is speeding up.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And the manifesting, like things that I have been putting into place and into existence have started to like instantaneously happen.
Well, I think that's a good lead into Virgo, though, because Virgo is not just about manifesting, but maintaining. So let's welcome everybody, and then we'll get into it, shall we?
Yes, we should do that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to Two Mystic Mamas. Okay.
Oh boy.
For the Virgo season, it runs from August 23rd to September 22nd. And one of the things that I did for us was our individual Virgo placements.
Okay, go for it.
So for you, Miss Gemini over here, Virgo is in your solar 4th house energy. Home, roots, emotional security. This season is calling for nesting nature. So tending to your sacred spaces, healing the mother wound or caretaking fatigue, decluttering emotionally and physically, getting real about your inner needs versus outer performance. And then this is your prompt. Where am I seeking external stimulation to avoid internal stabilization?
That definitely all tracks.
Do you want to expand on any of that?
Nope.
Okay.
I do want to simmer and think about it, though.
Yeah.
And maybe come back to it.
Yeah.
That's something I want to meditate on and like journal on. And
Yes.
Because that feels very, I don't know, that hits for me.
Yeah. And the Virgo energy, just in general, when I was doing the research, a lot of it is a lot of internal work.
Do we have another Mercury retrograde happening in Virgo season?
Not Mercury. We have Mars enters Cancer on the 25th, heightening emotional reactivity, tension between action plus softness. And then there's a lot going on here. August 29th, Mercury goes direct in Leo. So it will still be in retrograde until August 28th.
Well,
so then it goes direct.
Yeah, and that's interesting because as a Gemini, our ruling planet is Mercury, but Virgo's ruling planet is also Mercury.
Yes.
But it's in a quieter way.
Mm.
Yeah.
When it goes direct, it'll bring the clarity will return naturally and better expression, clearer communication.
Yeah.
There is a full moon in Pisces,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual culmination, emotional release. And then Pluto retrograde is continuing. So Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Neptune in Pisces, Uranus in Taurus. So these are big themes around collective systems, intuition, and grounding in whatever change is coming your way. I'm excited for Virgo. And then mine for Scorpio. Virgo activates your 11th house. So this is a sense of community, vision, future self energy, which super tracks with where I'm focusing quite a bit of energy and spinning up a line. So this season is calling for refining your long-term goals and how you show up for them, curating your spiritual support system and audience, letting go of outdated roles in friendships, groups, and collectives, grounding your manifestation energy in actual planning and people. I'm finding it hard to put into words because that is so spot on with the work that I'm doing.
Right.
Like so incredibly spot on. Because one thing, I touched on this the other day when we had a quick conversation, but I'm going to just highlight a little bit of what my journey's been on. So we have the podcast and I love the podcast and this is going to continue. But I'm also at the same time building a business and standing it up. And I don't talk a lot about it on here, but we choose to be authentic. And this is one of the things that I have really been listening to and leaning into my team of light is when I find struggles and I find places where I don't know the answers to things and I start to get anxious and I start to get all in my head about it. That's when I turn it over and ask them for their assistance and help. When I got the idea for the business, I was like, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to spin this up. This is something we need in the world. I will do this. How the fuck do I do this? Right? Like, how do I start a business?
Right.
And they were like, oh, here. And I applied for a spot in a class that was offered in our local community that was called Ideas to Enterprise, which basically at the end of it, I had a full business plan with a pro forma and I presented in front of judges. It was incredible, an amazing experience. And that was like a 4-month thing. All free, all paid for through a local university. Recently, my website is coming to launch and I'm like, okay, great. So now I'm at the place of getting the companies to join and
Right.
getting practitioners to apply and be a part of this initiative. And I'm like, cool. How do I do all of these next steps? Fundraise, lead, be a part of the community. How do I get involved? I got presented another opportunity to join. It's called the Anvil Founding Coaching Program, something along those lines. And it's through Innovate PGH.
Right.
And I applied to that, and I also got accepted. And this is an initiative that helps with fundraising, which is huge. And it works a lot with robotics and AI within Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a huge technology spot in the world, and it continues to grow with Carnegie Mellon, with Pitt, with the universities here. And so I'm like, okay, thank you, Team of Light. So, well, we all are walking, talking, leading examples of how this shit works, right?
100%.
And so
Yeah.
I want to voice that out here because this is our podcast and we have a platform to talk about this. And this isn't just in hypotheticals. This is real fucking things that are happening. This is action. We're taking action. We're getting results. We're taking action. We're getting results.
And a lot of that starts with intention. A part of Virgo season is all about the intention. Virgos have this really uncanny ability to not just like see all the moving parts, but see them and then optimize them for whatever their goal is, right?
Mhm.
And I think that that's something that we can all take from this season, whether you have significant Virgo placements or not, is your ability to like set an intention and then like you're saying, go out and ask for it and then continue to move on it and see what's happening, see all the moving parts around you. And then if you have to shift the sails a little bit, then you do that.
Yeah.
And you just keep going, you keep chugging along because just like our personal lives, your career, your professional life is not a linear experience.
Correct.
Right? Neither is your growth.
No. And the one thing too that is really strong with Virgos, like you just said, that integration, also practical magic, like, which we can talk about that a little bit.
I mean, the grounding, the earth magic, the herbalism, like this is the time of year to shine in that area. Use it.
Yes. We're starting that transition too from seasons into another season. And so you have that je ne sais quoi. Like it's just a fun but very practical energy that you can work with on a pretty easy basis. It's not going to be really confrontational or like abrupt. It's going to be a pretty flow.
Well, I mean, Virgos are attached to the harvest in a very big way. And they're also attached to that divine feminine healer archetype.
Yes. The priestess. Yeah, for sure. For me, it's the beginning of moving into my favorite season of all time, which is the autumn season. And so for the collective, so this is for anyone that's listening now, this is like a collective theme for what is coming with this Virgo season. Back to basic healing. So post Leo season, the Virgo asks, what's sustainable? What's real? What's worth your energy long term? Love that. And this goes with the harvest, like you were just talking about too. Like this is starting to think about those spiritual housekeeping. The Pisces full moon, which is on September 8th, brings in a big dreamy mirror, showing us what we've been avoiding emotionally. So Virgo comes in with the broom and the boundary, which I love.
Virgo also has a perfectionist streak, though.
They do. And so that's you have to be mindful.
The challenge of sweeping away is allowing yourself during this time to do that work that's grounding, that's needed, and is going to help propel you forward.
One of the mantras that I had written down that really resonated with me is it's not perfectionism, it's priestess energy in detail mode.
Yeah.
So there is a tweak there, right? Because perfectionism, that can be a spiral.
Oh, yeah.
And that can definitely go into your ego and that can pull you into like a negative headspace.
And that's the shadow side of Virgo, right?
Yep.
That judgment, that, overthinking.
Yes. And that's the thing. Like, what's that quote that's like, if you're striving for perfectionism, you won't actually succeed. It will work against you in the long run. Like, just get out and do and refine, and make tweaks and then execute it again. Yep. Like, you can relaunch yourself over and over and over and over again.
That's what people forget. Like, you think that you just have to be this one person or on this one path, and you can continue to reinvent yourself forever to align with your goals. Like, it's the same thing as the old adage of you have to have the same career for your entire life.
Yes.
No, you don't. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. And that's a good reiteration or lesson that we could have for our listeners is if you're in that space, you feel like you can't reinvent yourself, we're here to tell you that's bullshit. That is a belief that's been pushed out there that we just have eaten and eaten. And you can go back to school. You can learn a trade.
Don't let anybody tell you you can't wear red lipstick either.
Right. Oh, well, I don't look good in red lipstick.
That's bullshit. I think that there's a red lipstick shade out there for you. You have to believe in it, Rachel.
Okay. It's not red, but I do. There is a bold, hot pink. I can rock a hot pink.
It's on the color profile.
Yeah. Rachel doesn't wear red. You know, that's another thing too.
Krystyn doesn't do orange.
Well, what's the thing where you have your color palette?
Oh my gosh, I've talked about this at least 3 times the last week.
So I'm not.
Have you ever done it?
No. Kat did it. The Pennsylvania Junkie.
So I remember being a kid and my mom having this done because it was like really big in the 90s to have your colors done.
Yes.
And you are classified into a season, right? With your color.
Right.
Now, I remember growing up and my mother always told me I was an autumn. And I was like, all right, I'm an autumn, whatever. I don't know. And then just recently, probably a month or so ago, I found an app and you like upload a selfie in certain light, whatever.
Not an autumn.
Not an autumn. I'm a true winter. Who knew it?
I could see that.
Yeah.
So like blues
like
and
the
grays
bright blue
and
and like black and white.
Yes.
Dark red.
Yes.
Yeah. Hot pink.
Yes. Yes. Hot pink for sure.
Pastels are not my thing. But this keeps coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That this is a thing.
But I think it's what's the saying? If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you do good. Or something along those lines. Like
right. You're right.
I've been spending a little bit more time with the self-care, doing my hair, putting a little bit more effort in there because it does make a difference. Now, I'm all about relaxation and like you don't need anything. But when you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, that looks good. Just made me think of something else that happened that I brought to fruition on Friday. We had a fundraiser. We've talked a little bit about this, about moving our bodies. And I have been putting off going to join a gym for a long time because my mindset is just not wrapped around it in the right way. But I have been ruminating and saying, Rachel, you got to move your body. You're in your 40s. You need to start doing strength training. Like, it's really important to honor that part of your body. You're done making babies. Like, I just always had this. I was in my baby making phase and just that's where my focus was. So they had what are those called? Silent auctions with the baskets. Yeah. So we bought them, whatever. We put tickets in. And sure as shit, I won a free month membership to my girlfriend's gym, Jackhammer Fit. Yeah. And I was like, see, Tammy, I told you you'd be working with my juicy ass. And so now and everyone was laughing. But I'm excited. Before I won this basket, Tammy was at our table and she was like, the thing that like people at my gym, what we have and why it's so special is this sense of community. So like after the workouts, she's like, after today's workout, we talked about, they have like older boys. So they were talking about manscaping. She's like, we talked about sex. We talked about our husbands. She's like, it's like a whole therapy session. We talked about like where people are and where, you know, if they need anything. She's like, and we have coffee. Sometimes if it's on like a Friday or a Thursday afternoon, we'll have a glass of wine. She's like, it's this deep sense of community where women and men are coming together and yes, they're working out, but they're getting all of this extra. And for me, that's important because I am like terrified to start working out because I haven't really genuinely worked out my body in a long time. And I just feel like it's going to break in all these different ways.
You'd be okay.
I know that. Okay. I know. So,
but it does take like, you know, getting back into it to start trusting your body again.
Absolutely. And not feeling like I have to get back into it in such a fast pace that I am burnt out before I even really get into it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And if I can make a recommendation, get yourself a gym buddy that's a Virgo, because my gym buddy is a Virgo and she's fantastic.
Yes.
And like, I just always enjoy showing up and working out with her. We usually meet like 2 times a week at the gym, and having that community,
Yes.
right? That friendship is like so special when you're working out and you're moving your body and you're moving energy through you. And then to be able to talk and,
Yeah. I love that.
it's great.
That is
Get
really
yourself
great.
a Virgo gym buddy, guys.
They love routine. They love rituals.
And they love helping their friends too.
Mhm.
Virgos are some of the most organized people, planned people, prepared people you will ever come across in your life.
Which is also why when they show up in your friendships, that can be such a nice added treat for me, especially because I am serendipitous, spontaneous. I have things organized, but not always in every place, which I like about
yeah.
Virgo season. It's gonna where am I not organized? Where am I
Right.
disorganized?
Right.
So that will be something that I focus some energy on because it's definitely part of this energy.
So if you were going to make some recommendations to people on ways that they could harness Virgo energy, what would be some of your top tips?
Okay, so this is a great question. We've talked about building altars, having a sacred space where you can go and light a candle, do a card pull, keep your journal. So
Apothecary shelf, something.
Yes. Whatever, essential oils. There's lots of things that you can add into or on an altar. So if you don't have an altar, create an altar. If you have an altar, clean it. Take it down, cleanse it, bless it, repurpose, just kind of reorganize it a little bit.
Telling people to Marie Kondo their altars.
Yes. Mine gets a little cluttered from time to time.
It does. And you have to clear the energy out too.
You got to clear it out.
Yeah.
And if you're curious about crystals, you can water cleanse them. You can put them out in the moonlight. This is just an affirmation that, I honored the sacred in the small and I trust the process of refinement. So this for me is one of those, look at where things have been chaotic in your life. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's with your job. Maybe it's with your routine, wherever you're finding chaos. It could be very well in a room within your house where every time you walk by it a little bit faster because you're like, I can't even fucking look at that. Take that and spend some energy. We've been doing a lot of that with the kids where I'm like, guys, it's important in the house. We live in this home. It's a lived-in home. I don't need it to be perfect, but the energy flows much better when things are in their place. So
100%. And they don't get it until they get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even yesterday, Evie cleaned her room. She was having a friend over last night. We had friends over for dinner. And they left and Evie went in the room and she was like, oh, a clean room. Like she was just so happy to lay in her bed and have her space be clean. And I feel the same way. And if this is something that you struggle with, our family started doing this maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. We got back to our family meetings every week, right? This is something that we do. We go over, okay, we set an intention. We cleanse and bless our space before we start. We pull a card. And then we talk about what our affirmation is going to be and how we did this week, right? And part of what we do, we talk about our goals. We go through all the things. We actually have conversation starters that will like pick numbers and pull. But at the end, we always pick a job. And the jobs are anything from professional organizer, where you have to declutter a space that week, to like zookeeper, where you have to do extra things with the animals, or
I love that.
News reporter, where you have to actually like do a news report of all the highlights of the week. And we have about 10 different jobs. And so each week Evie spins a random wheel and we all get a job. And so you're never doing the same thing twice necessarily, but it's a different way of organizing your life. And I was professional organizer this week.
Okay.
So our adventure closet got completely ripped apart. And like we have a coat closet when you walk in the house, but we've deemed it our adventure closet because it's all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that. Like, what was the result of after you got done with it?
One thing leads to another. So when you start to declutter your space, you're like, oh, this feels good. Now I can declutter my next space, which I did. I have a drawer of like all of my candles and incense and altar tools that don't regularly sit on my altar. And so then I cleaned all of that out, and then I cleaned something else. So it snowballs in the most beautiful way. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, this feels so good.
Yeah. This past weekend, we had gone up to Jeff's dad's house probably about 5 weeks ago. And his father passed away in January. And it's been such a hard but beautiful experience. I have absolutely no emotional attachment to this home at all. But naturally, Jeff spent his whole childhood there with his siblings. And so, my father-in-law was not a hoarder. Thank you, Jesus. But he also was not a cleaner. So this house has not been like deep cleaned in probably 30 years. And we were up there on Saturday, and, the kids did not want to go. And I was like, suck it. I was like, this is part of...
Did you look at them and say, suck it?
Yeah, no, I was like, you guys are all going. And I was like, this is a part of life. Grief comes, death comes. This is part of how you show up. Now, my sister-in-law brought all of their birthday gifts, so they just showed up and played with their toys. But it allowed Jeff and I and his sister to go through and start cleaning the house. And, Sharon was so appreciative, but at the same time, I was like, I want to be able to do this. I want to show up in this way. It is important that we prepare this home for another family, and that we honor George by honoring his life,
right,
and packing his things up with respect and love. We're donating most of it to the vets, which he was. And for me, it was really ritualistic, even it was just in my head, but I was honoring him by, I'm very grateful that, he was a part of my life naturally, and that he has blessed our family naturally with Jeff, but also just in his legacy and his life. And the things that, like I said, he wasn't a hoarder, so there's not a ton of things, but we were in the basement and he has all of these vintage garden tools. And I was like, oh my God, like a hoe and is a hoe a spade? That was the word I was looking for, a spade.
You expect yourself to keep saying hoe, and I'm not gonna.
Hoe. The hoes were everywhere. And then this galvanized, beautiful bucket. And I was like, I want that. And like a metal, like a push cart. I did not expect to find anything that resonated with me. And I was like, okay, yeah.
I just love the way you said galvanized. You were so excited.
So excited for it. It was like,
passion.
Oh my God, I want that so bad.
I love that you were able to honor him in that way, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's so special.
And we'll probably be getting ready to put the house on the market during Virgo season.
Oh, that's incredible.
So,
as you know, we record these episodes a little bit early so we can keep them coming to you. So we're excited that...
Yeah, George made himself known last week. So right after he died, within 24 hours, it was like a crazy experience. And I think we've talked about it on one of the podcast episodes, but I'll keep it light and short. Jeff's brother passed away on a Sunday, and Jeff's father passed away on a Wednesday. They were 3 days apart, give or take. And so we were actually on the way to Michigan for Jeff's brother's events when we found out that my father-in-law had passed away. It's just crazy to even say those words in that sentence out loud. So you can imagine the emotions and all of the things that were taking place. But when we got back from Michigan, this was the most bizarre situation. A makeshift snow salt truck, if you will, not through our township, just like a random one, had been abandoned in front of our driveway. Not like up a little, like we could not get in the driveway. And it was snowing. A snowstorm had descended. And I was like, we had to do all this laundry because we had to go to a wrestling tournament in Penn State College. And I was like, I don't have time for this. And then once I was able to like calm down, I was like, this is your father. Right. Taking the piss, having a good time up there, already jacking things up. I was like, because we had to call the police because it was abandoned for hours. And the cop was like, this is so bizarre. I was like, I know. I was like, this is my father-in-law at work, right? So anyways, they got it towed and all this stuff. This past week, Sharon calls Jeff, FaceTimes. Her battery has died in her car. Something else was going on at the time. It was like chaos. And I'm like, do you like, what's going on? He's like, I'm helping Sharon, because George would have been helping Sharon. She would have called her dad.
Right.
So she's calling Jeff. And so he's walking her through all this stuff and they figure it out. There was some guy in the parking lot helping her. What was his name? George.
Naturally.
The next day, my van, which it's an older van, I was washing it. I was doing like detailing and washing it. My battery dies. And I was like, what? I was like, come on, George. So he nailed both of us last week with dead batteries. Mine had to be completely replaced. But I just thought it was interesting. He is making himself known.
Right.
So it's been special and sad, but still special.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I have some Virgo season affirmations to share.
Let's share them with everyone.
Okay. I allow space for imperfect progress.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean,
That's a good one. Yep.
we always say progress over perfection, right? But to actually allow space for you to just be in whatever state that you're in and make progress however feels aligned with you can actually seem like a daunting task to some people.
For sure.
I honor my body's wisdom.
That one is probably deep for a lot of people out there, for some of our listeners.
Right.
Because if you don't know how your body holds trauma or holds different events in your life, maybe not necessarily trauma, but that one could go along with like maybe some somatic exercises.
Right. Just grounding exercises in general, because, this is all about grounding and the element of earth during Virgo season. So getting outside, and again, we talk about this all the time, but spending time in nature so that you can allow yourself to actually connect and release at the same time. And then have the intention of honoring your body is so important.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, good advice is to go watch the movie Practical Magic, because to Krystyn's point, getting out in nature, and just incorporating very basic, they don't need to be overly complicated rituals, and just doing some of these exercises out in nature, in the elements, can be a whole experience just in and of itself.
I'm a Practical Magic girly. I love that movie.
It's coming.
Really just went after Jason Kelsey.
It's coming out with another one. I was like,
wow. She really just...
Practical Magic too.
I know. Do you know who the cast is? Is it the same?
I'm pretty sure they're both on board.
Are they both coming back?
I could be wrong, but I almost think...
I'm excited for that. I want to have midnight margaritas, but I'm not drinking this summer. So Virgo season, here we go.
Yep.
Summer's over.
We're going to go for it. The margarita of the margarita. Can you imagine? What if you got like a fishbowl?
Excuse me?
Fishbowl margarita.
Well, you trying to have my ass fall over?
I mean, it probably wouldn't take much after not drinking for 3 months.
I mean, All right. I release the need to control everything and trust the process.
Yep.
Moms, this one's for you. Can't
Say
control
it again.
all. The kids are going back to school. It's okay. Sports are in full swing. Life is chaos. Just embrace it. Trust the process. And the last one is, this one really resonates with me. My magic is in the details, not despite them. So like the details of every single piece, every fiber of your being, right? Who you are, what you're doing, what you're aligned to, what your goals are. That your magic is in that. You don't have to find your magic outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much intrinsically who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can figure out a way to actually honor who you are, all of that's just going to naturally come to fruition.
Yep. I like the edit, don't delete. Like,
oh yeah,
you are of value, and what you
Right.
bring to the table is of value.
Well, and going back to somatic practice, one thing that I learned is that you can't actually delete anything that's happened in your past, right? You can't delete the feeling. I kept feeling and telling myself for so long, okay, if I can just release this, then I will feel whatever, right? I'll feel lighter. I'll feel better. I'll be more grounded. But what I learned through the somatic practice was that I had developed those tools because I needed them. And they don't actually have to live in the front seat with me. They can be in the trunk and they can still be a part of who I am, but they don't have to rule my life.
Well, it's similar
and then you can access them if and when you need them.
Yeah. It makes me think of the book that you recommended that I read.
The Midnight Library?
The Midnight Library. Because in that, and I won't give away everything, which I'd recommend this book to anyone.
So
we'll
good.
put it on our Amazon list, which we do have.
Yes.
We should highlight that at some point. But it basically, you know, it starts off with her going through a giant book of regrets. But really, it's like, had you taken X path, what would it have looked like? And in her mind, she already had this preconceived notion of what they all would have played out by. And then in this book, she goes and experiences and explores them. And nothing plays out the way that she had thought.
No.
The fact that when you choose paths and you choose journeys in your life, big and small, there is growth.
Right.
And some of them have been hard paths and some of them have been chaotic and they've been painful and they have given you lessons that suck on the surface, right? But then it leads you into and down another path. And honoring that within yourself, right? Because the other thing is if you choose a path and then you immediately are like, fuck, this is the wrong path, just change it. Just change it.
Right. That seems big, but it is that simple.
Right.
You do have the opportunity to change your path whenever you want to.
And the changes can be small.
Right.
So like if, say you're in a relationship or a friendship with somebody that you know is not honoring you anymore, you don't have to be like, I'm severing this relationship or we need to get a divorce or we're breaking up. It can be small changes that then eventually lead that to that path. But you don't have to make it so abrupt that everything in your life gets upended and then it leads to all these other things. Like you can just make small changes that prepare for when that big change is necessary to come in to the picture.
Yeah, may or may not come.
May or may not come. Correct. Because people are capable of growth.
Right.
Sometimes you may say to a friend, I think we need to take space. This isn't feeling or honoring me in these specific ways. And they may be receptive and say, cool. Or they may be not receptive and say, fuck you. Okay, cool.
Right.
You know, like just, you'll vibe it out. Whatever, wherever you're at.
Just vibe it out.
Just vibe it out. All right. So,
All right.
Yeah, I think that this is just, I'm just looking at some of the collective themes if we didn't go over any. So Mercury goes direct on August 29th. And this will bring the clarity that we talked about a little bit. But it will also bring a new layer of humility and discernment. This is an excellent time to recommit to rituals and recalibrate your goals. Back to school will be coming. And so just take this energy, work with this energy. This is going to be really good, functional energy.
Yeah.
So
allow yourself
good
to
luck.
Reorganize your life a little bit in a way that feels good.
I think it's, there's always that spring cleaning. I always think that there's never a bad time.
I feel like fall's that for me, honestly.
Yes.
Not so much spring. I know everybody's like spring cleaning, but like other than opening my house up and literally getting the energy and the air moving through, I'm definitely more of a fall purge.
But think about it. We can do that in the fall too, because now the air conditioners won't be used as much. You know, it's like that same similar. I love that feeling.
I do too.
I love that feeling of just getting the air flowing and getting things moving and honoring yourself. Remember, this is a season for you.
Yep.
So
go be an earthy goddess.
Go do it.
Go do some witchy shit in the woods.
Okay. With some cucumbers.
I was just getting ready to say get naked, but then you brought in the cucumbers. I don't recommend getting naked with a prickly cucumber, by the way, guys.
OMG. What a visual
idea
to let them roll out of.
Of a good time.
Roll out on.
Hey, you want to go to the garden?
Hey.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming today.
We enjoy you so much.
We
Go
do.
follow us on all your social media platforms.
Whoop, whoop. And then tidy up your email box.
Okay.
Happy Virgo season. Peace.
All right. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.